Here it is, the Taiga Nomad. This is the performance model with 120 horsepower, and it's got the performance suspension, the Elka suspension. And yeah, I just rode the sled. It's super fun. It's extremely nimble. A lot easier to handle than I expected for the weight and size. I like it better than actually the Ski-Doo 2-Ups. This one handles much better. Performance is outstanding. Comes with a 154-inch track with studs on it. I believe 16 inches wide. This one doesn't have the backrest and handles for the passenger, but they usually come with it. But these were taken off the production line early, so that they could show them off. And yeah, it's really cool, and it has all kinds of features. It does have the level 1, level 2 charge here, I believe up to 32 amps, but also CCS, so you can DC fast charge. And the cool thing is you got different modes. You can go into wild, and it is wild. You can get the skis off the ground by just hitting the throttle, so if you put a little more into it, you can get that sled off the ground real easy. If you're familiar with snowmobiles, you know this right away. This is much quieter. And I didn't have to rev it up to get going. You just start squeezing the throttle and you can accelerate as slow or as fast as you want. It's got so much power. But yeah, there's really no noise. The wind noise is pretty much overpowering the noise that comes basically from the track only. And yeah, with an internal combustion engine sled, wow, this would have been way louder. Unfortunately, that day it had this snowing, ice raining thing going on, so it was not really a good day to be out there. You could barely differentiate between what is the trail, if there is any humps or whatever's going on. Everything was just white. So that made it a little tough to drive the sled that day, and unfortunately my visor on the helmet immediately patched up with ice and froze. I had to open it to be able to drive, and also the camera unfortunately did the same thing, and I couldn't keep the lens off the camera clean. At first I drove it in range mode, and I noticed it was well, range mode, so it didn't have full blast power. In a way, it wouldn't accelerate extremely fast. So yeah, it is range mode. So eventually I switched it to sport mode, and sport mode is a really great mode. It takes off plenty fast, it goes plenty fast, it's really fun to drive in sport mode. Then this here, since it was a performance model, it also had wild mode. Here I switched it to wild mode, and it was wild. It is amazing. That power, and the power is there at all times, and it's instant, and you just squeeze that throttle and that thing takes off. And yeah, if you put a little bit extra into it, you probably can lift those skis in the front right off the ground, no big deal. But I didn't want to try that day. But it was so super fun. Wild mode was definitely wild, so that is really cool. Really enjoyed that. I think I kept it on wild mode for the rest of the drive. It was so much fun. Then I had to check out reverse and see if that even works, and well, couldn't be any easier. I mean, just press the R button and off it goes. And it goes really fast. You can go super fast. And you just press the same R button again to go back to drive. So really super easy. And like I said, I mean, I couldn't. I went about 15 kilometers an hour, roughly 9-10 miles an hour backwards. But it would have gotten faster and faster. I don't know how fast it really can go, but it can go plenty fast, even in reverse. Here I'm coming up to the highway crossing, so I will have to cross the highway 20 there in Island Park, and this sled makes crossing roads so much easier because, you know, with a internal combustion engine sled, you're trying to hit the right spot somewhere where you need to stop, but sometimes you're 2 feet too far back or too far forward. But with this here, wherever you stop, if you're a little too early, you can just squeeze the throttle just a little bit and literally inch forward. So since there is no clutch that needs to engage, you don't need to rev it up and then it jumps forward. You literally can inch forward. So super easy to cross roads, super easy to load or unload from the trailer because you don't need to rev up, so you don't need to go full blast up onto the trailer. And if you've been riding snowmobiles and loaded snowmobiles on trailers, you know it is not easy, or it is somewhat dangerous, because you gotta get some speed to get going so that you have some horsepower. Well, with this sled you don't. You always have the horsepower and the torque, so it's super easy to load and unload. And actually, when they loaded their snowmobiles, they had 3 of them. They put 2 in forward, and the third one they just really slow and nice and easy backed up into the trailer. So really super cool. So yeah, I was very impressed with this sled, and I definitely want one. So the only downside maybe is the range, as always. It only has 100 kilometer range. There's no official rating, so it really depends. If you're playing hard, you're not going very far. But if you're probably in range mode, I would assume on trail you could achieve probably those 100 kilometers, which is 60 miles. So yeah, it depends on what you do. This is kind of a work sled. For us, it would fit perfect. We could use it here at home to tow the trailer around behind it to bring feed up on the hill in the wintertime. That would be perfect. Also, for ice fishing, when we go ice fishing, we could tow the trailer with this, and usually the distance we drive is not that far for ice fishing. So that would work perfect. And if you're just going on a short, easy ride, we could go shopping with it, grocery shopping, or go to the restaurant, you know, and that's all easy within reach. Even a day, or a day, it wouldn't be a full day just playing around on trail. You really don't need too much range, because many times we only put like 30-40 miles on a day as max, and so it's really not bad. So the 100 kilometers could definitely do. But yeah, on this day it was really bad. Here I even had to clean my glasses. They were so iced up, and you can barely see with the camera here. So it is time to go back and give the sled back to the Taiga team, unfortunately. And I very much hope we will get one for the winner from 23 to 24. This would be so much fun, so we very much look forward to that. I hope you enjoyed this video here about the Taiga electric snowmobile. I'll put a link down below in the description so you can go check them out on their website. No, this video is not sponsored whatsoever by Taiga, not at all. I just really like this snowmobile. So, but yeah, also make sure that you give us a thumbs up for this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. Click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the future videos. Hopefully we have some Taiga videos next winter. That would be really cool. Also, we have some other snowmobile videos, not many, just about 3 or 4 of them. So you can go back and watch those, and you will hear the difference, how loud those internal combustion engine sleds are compared to this electric sled here. So again, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. In any event, thank you for watching. Goodbye.